Hello, my name is Jay, and today I'm going to be talking about pollution. From the air we breathe to the water we drink, our planet is being quietly killed by pollution. It is one of the most pressing global issues of our time with potentially devastating consequences if we do not act immediately. Pollution is the introduction of unwanted elements or contaminants into an environment, causing adverse effects to the ecosystems, wildlife, and humans of the area. I will now go over some of the main types of pollution. Firstly, air pollution. Air pollution is the presence of chemicals and other microscopic particles that are present in the atmosphere that are harmful to humans or other organisms or that may cause damage to the environment. Some types of pollutants that may be present in the atmosphere include gases like carbon monoxide and methane, particulates such as soot, among others. Most of the world's air pollution is from burning fossil fuels for industrial purposes, construction, transportation, and heating. Other human causes of air pollution include agricultural emissions, for instance, methane emitted by the digestion of food by cattle, nuclear weapons, and the burning of biomass. Some natural sources can also contribute to air pollution, such as dust from deserts and pollutants produced in volcanic eruptions. Air pollution is a critical problem affecting the whole world. In fact, around 99% of the world population breathes air that exceeds WHO guidelines. Next, water pollution. This is the contamination of water bodies, usually because of human activities. Causes of water pollution include agricultural runoff carrying harmful substances such as pesticides and fertilizers, oil spills, and plastic waste disposed into water bodies. Another type of pollution is soil pollution. Soil pollution occurs when human made chemicals or other unnatural substances are present in natural soil environments. It is usually caused by the use of agricultural chemicals, mining and extraction activities, and improper disposal of waste. This can include industrial and household waste, as well as the accumulation of heavy metals and toxic chemicals such as lead. The dangers posed to farmland by soil pollution means that it currently threatens the food supply of 1.4 billion people globally. Plastic pollution is one of the most visible forms of pollution. Plastics are very cheap and durable, making them commonly used by manufacturers. However, their chemical structure means they degrade incredibly slowly. This, coupled with mismanaged wastage systems, results in large amounts of plastic entering the environment and remaining in ecosystems. An estimated 2,000 garbage trucks full of plastic enter our oceans every day. In fact, if current trends continue, then there will be more plastic than fish in the sea by 2050. Noise pollution is another less noticed form of pollution. Noise pollution can be caused by poor urban planning, loud music in residential areas, transportation, construction, wind turbines, explosions, and generators. Visual pollution is another less noticed form of pollution. It is the degradation of the visual environment due to unattractive or other disruptive elements that negatively affect the aesthetics of an area. Although visual pollution can occasionally be caused by natural elements such as wildfires, the primary cause of visual pollution comes from humans. Radiological pollution is the presence of radioactive substances on surfaces or within objects, including humans, where the presence is unintended or undesirable. Radiological pollution may occur due to the release of radioactive substances or from nuclear fallout from nuclear bombs. So, what does this mean? The impacts of pollution are numerous and far-reaching. Environmentally, pollution causes an increase in climate change and global warming due to greenhouse gas emissions. It also results in the formation of smog, which could potentially be hazardous and could also harm ecosystems. Acid rain formed by air pollution can also cause vegetation and agricultural produce to become damaged, causing the global economy an estimated $2.9 trillion in 2018 alone. Air pollution also causes respiratory and cardiovascular diseases, including asthma, lung cancer, and heart attacks, and premature deaths due to prolonged exposure to fine particles in the atmosphere. In fact, air pollution shortens the average life expectancy globally by 2.2 years. The contamination of water due to water pollution can cause the deaths of marine life and spread of airborne and waterborne diseases in humans and animals. The contamination of drinking water can also cause kidney diseases, gastrointestinal diseases, and parasitic infections. Soil pollution can cause soil fertility to be harmed, leading to decreased agricultural productivity and economic losses. Additionally, long-term contamination of the soil from chemicals is very difficult to fix. Unwanted noise can damage physiological and mental health, and noise pollution is associated with several health conditions such as hypertension, high stress levels, hearing loss, and sleep disturbances. Noise pollution in the workplace can also contribute to hearing loss and reduce the productivity of workers. The radioactive decay of contaminants produces ionizing radiation in the form of alpha rays, beta rays, gamma rays, and free neutrons, which can irradiate the human body and damage organs. However, there is hope. Many governments around the world are implementing solutions to help combat climate change. Governments around the world are imposing carbon taxes on companies and strict regulations on emissions and waste disposal, banning single-use plastics, introducing regulations for companies to adopt sustainable packaging materials like cardboard rather than plastic, and significantly investing into renewable energy sources to reduce dependency on fossil fuels. Global collaborations like the Paris Agreement aim to minimize global warming and other forms of pollution. Governments are also introducing regulations to reduce the amount of noise pollution caused by vehicles and airplanes in urban areas and near airports. Additionally, to reduce visual pollution, they are removing excessive advertisements in public areas and increasing the number of green spaces such as parks. To limit radiological pollution, governments are improving safety protocols or even banning nuclear facilities altogether. Here are some things you can do on an individual level to help combat pollution. Reduce, reuse, and recycle wherever possible. Use public transportation, walk, or cycle wherever possible. Buy an electric car instead of running on gasoline, and participate in local cleanup drives to help reduce plastic and visual pollution. In conclusion, pollution can take many forms, and they are all slowly killing our planet. However, we can stop this process. This requires collective action from individuals, corporations, governments, and intergovernmental organizations to restore balance to our environment. Every effort counts. Together, we can save our planet from pollution and preserve its beauty for our future generations. Thank you.